Okay, project. I should have taken a video before I took this apart. That would have been smart, but I'm a Pollock, so not so smart there. This is a Titan Tiger. f.i.e. The F and the E look a little screwed up there. So this gun has seen better days. I got some marring on the barrel there that's all filled in with some putty. I forgot the name of the stuff, but it hardens in like 2 to 3 minutes. Tough as nails, this stuff. You see, I got it here. It's this paste, this putty stuff that you mix together, and then you got like 2 to 3 minutes before the stuff is unworkable, and it hardens into a very hard steel-like substance. And here's some leftovers right there. It's very, very hard. Dries to a good sandable finish. So this is taken down with the exception of a couple pieces. You got that spring there that looks like it's pretty much machine press fit in, and that looks like that has to do with the mechanism that advances the cylinder, so I didn't want to screw with that. Try pulling that out. You can see the other end of the pin over on this side. Had a little Arminius logo here, which is the manufacturer in Germany. It was imported by f.i.e. There's the serial. Been trying to get information on that, and apparently there's not a whole hell of a lot on these guns. So I got this for my wife. Traded a little Kel-Tec P11 that I had laying around for this, because I don't use that for concealed carry anymore. It had a little logo here, Arminius, in there, which fell out when I was cleaning it and removing the bluing and everything. So I'm going to use that for putting an initial in there. I decided that this would be a good first shooter for my wife, who wants to learn to shoot and has never shot before. So naturally, when I told her I had gotten this gun for her, she had a request, and that was that it be pink. 2 shades of pink. So, Duracoat. That shade. Shake it up a little bit. Main color. Pink Lady Pink. Duracoat. And then this one for the accents, which is Hogue Pink. So, main gun is going to be this lighter pink. The frame of the revolver is going to be this lighter pink. I'm going to do a darker pink inside there where the Arminius logo used to be, and then put a little stencil of an L in there. Her name's Lisa. So dark pink there, which will be stenciled in with the lighter over it. Do dark pink on the barrel and a light pink on this front sight to match the receiver, hammer, and trigger. I've had the bluing removed, so getting those prepped for accepting a coat of Duracoat, and of course our whatever the hell you call that thing that goes on there that the cylinder slides on. Cylinder is going to be the darker pink, and handle will be the darker pink as well. Hand guard, the finger guard, and the rest of the frame will be the regular lighter pink, so it should tie in nicely with darker barrel, the sight that's going to match with the frame, and then you're going to have the barrel in here, cylinder rather, that's going to be the darker pink in there, and then you're going to have the trigger and the hammer and the handle. So I'm hoping she'll be pretty satisfied with it. All in all, it seems like it's a very well put together pistol. All of the components seem pretty well in order. Not a whole lot of wearing on the parts, even though this did show quite a bit of wearing on the barrel that I've filled in. You can see some of the dark marks there where I've filled that in. Hopefully that'll completely disappear with the paint on it. This is a aluminum alloy on here, so very soft metal. It's a lighter metal and it mars easily, so I'm looking at maybe doing some more putty on some of these other larger imperfections, but probably won't do most of those. I've noticed a lot of these guns have marring on this area of the receiver right here where my pinky is, which is kind of a design flaw, it seems to me. The cylinder rubs on there. I did fill it in. I'm sure it'll end up getting scraped off again. But all in all, a pretty decent revolver, a cheap revolver, but it's got a nice clean bore. A couple imperfections I noticed on it, but it's in very good condition considering the age. Your standard average fixed sights, and I looked around for some schematics on this. Took some pictures when I was disassembling, but I did not, stupidly, take some video, particularly of this whole component and how all of the parts interacted. So I got pictures showing how everything interacts. Trigger bar and all this other fun shit, hammer bar and the spring and everything. I got pictures showing how everything interconnects, but not any pictures. Oh, that's just a cylinder hardware. That's easy enough. But I don't have anything showing the actual action of these components for the trigger group while they're together, and that would have been helpful if I'd had that when I was taking this apart, because that would help in putting it together. But it seems like it's a pretty simple revolver setup. Not a whole lot going on in there. I should be able to figure it out. The cylinder seems to be in good condition. You see some dust in there from sanding and such. There was some imperfections on the cylinder that I've tried to fill in as best I could, and I think that'll take paint very nicely. All in all, a pretty good little gun. I think will be a decent shooter for the wife when she first shoots it. Hoping it turns out good, and I'll be updating a video on this when I get it all completed. But that's the starting point. At this point, it was all just blued. A lot of the bluing wearing off, a lot of defects. Arminius tag on there was really just looked like shit anyway. So I'm hoping this ends up being something that turns out good. I will be updating.